This is our $600 abandoned BMW, and it's missing a ton of body panels. In today's video, we're gonna be putting a full body kit on it. Oh, that's right. We're gonna be taking the body kit, spray painting it, doing body work, the whole shebang. Oh, and if you didn't remember from the first episode, let me really quickly catch you up to speed. We bought this beautiful pile of junk for only 600 bucks, but the catch, it wasn't running. No problem for the Backspeed boys. After cleaning it, taking it to the shop, finding out it was leaking gas, oil, and had tons of other problems, we set out to get it running in under 24 hours. After conducting a manhunt to find the battery location, we put a new one in. We then found out it was not starting because it had a bad starter wire. No biggie, we replaced that. Then we found out the plugs were completely screwed, so we replaced those. And after some other headaches and some fine tuning, we finally got it running. Do you know what the biggest problem with this car is?
Leaking gas?
Yeah, but no.
Leaks oil?
It does, but that's not the problem.
Crack in the windshield?
It does, nope.
The massive exhaust leak?
It's pretty bad, but nope.
It's missing mirrors?
That is a safety hazard, but nope.
Doesn't have a title?
That's a pretty big one, but nope.
I don't know, what is it?
We don't have bumpers, dude!
Oh yeah! Well, thanks to Extreme Dimensions for giving us this Duraflex kit. And I know you hear Duraflex and you're thinking, oh no, what? No, this is actually a really nice M-Tech Power style front and rear bumper. We got side skirts. We gotta build brackets for it, get it on the car, take it off. Then we're gonna do all the body work, paint it, match it to this beautiful metallic blue color. And then boom, we've got an amazing M-style old 5 Series.
Yeah, in this video, we're bringing this car back to its former glory. Well, actually much better than its former glory. And we're gonna show you working with Duraflex isn't as bad as it seems. So let's get to work. Okay, so step number one was to build custom brackets to hold these bumpers on. Now, the upside to Duraflex is the crazy cool designs you can get for your car at an affordable price. But it does mean you're gonna have to custom mount it yourself and put a few hours into the bodywork. After getting some aluminum flat stock and drilling mounting holes to go into the factory mounting spots, I made the hanger brackets that would hold the majority of the weight of the rear bumper. I then threw some rivets in with this nifty little air riveting gun, and after some slight tinkering, the rear bumper was secure.
Okay, so we got the rear bumper just kind of test mounted right now. Because they don't have brackets, we have to basically build our own brackets, get it fitted before we paint them, and obviously do all the body work. As far as, fitment goes, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Duraflex has a reputation for being really, really difficult, but luckily on this one, it isn't too bad. This bumper has a bunch of built-in aero, and it's got the mesh grills in it, and I'm not a big fan of the way they are. They just look a little bit cheap to me, so we're going to replace that with something else. But I do like this air duct to extract air, probably get air to flow through the brakes. I mean, this isn't a race car, but it looks cool. And because we're going for that M inspired, that Alpina inspired, and kind of a little bit of our own little twist to it, I like that it just makes it a little bit different.
I then whipped up a batch of some similar design brackets for the front, and after custom fitting it to the bottom of the bumper and the factory front mounting holes, the front was also secure. It was starting to really come together. Okay, we spent the necessary time and got both bumpers mounted up. They're just roughly mounted. Now we gotta take them off the car, back to the house, and we're doing a full paint job on this thing. We're getting paint mixed right now to match the rest of the car. Once we lay it on, we can put the bumpers on for the final fitment, and then we'll have a car that's complete. Also, one of the other things that we want to tackle during this is there's a ton of paint blemishes on the car right now, so we're going to be cutting and buffing the entire thing.
So far, the front bumper looks a whole lot better than the OEM bumper. We got a whole lot more air passages to allow air to cool the brakes, to cool the radiator, and it just looks so much more M Sport in general.
And one thing we haven't even shown you guys is we got new side skirts for this thing. So we got to also take those home and paint that as well. It's gonna look badass. Let's take these old ones off first. Ready? There we go. Won't be needing these anymore. All right, we did that side. Now we gotta do this side. So you should be really careful when you do this. It's fiberglass. You gotta be really delicate, otherwise this stuff will break. Oh, there we go. Oh, would you look at that? There's a date code on this from 2007. Well, whatever. Oh, and I almost forgot. This isn't a fucking M5. Okay, so we took the bumpers off the car. After we test fit it, made brackets, now we're at the home garage. Baxby Boys at home. And right now, we are actually getting ready to paint it. Now, what I did skip over is we did a little bit of sanding, a little bit of filler. Whenever you're doing body work and you get bumpers to put on a build, you're gonna wanna make sure, you go through, make sure all the little cracks and little dents are all filled, sanded. The whole surface is ready for primer now. It's scuffed up and we're good to go. So now, I'm getting the paint gun set up ready. And we're gonna do this. I'm showing you, it's not that hard, it's not that scary. Everyone says painting a car is the scariest thing, you gotta take it to a professional. You don't, you can learn how to do it yourself. So let's do this. Okay, so now it's time to mix up our primer, which is gonna be the first thing going on the side skirts and the bumpers. We have our mixing ratio cup. Now we are gonna be doing 4 parts primer to 1 part activator to 1 part reducer, which we already got from the paint store. So now I'm just gonna mix up the ratio and then we'll pour it in the spray gun and start spraying. Okay, so we spent a day, it's been primed, it's been sanded, we re-primed again, got it everything pretty level, pretty smooth, and now it's time, finally, for the paint. Not too bad, it's a 1-to-1 mix to reducer, so we're gonna go mix this up in the spray gun, put some coats on, and then we're actually clearing today as well. So paint and clear is going on today, and tomorrow we come out here and actually look at the finished product. And I'm super excited to get this on the car. Let's get it done. Okay, so we finished clearing the bumpers at home. They need a few good days to completely cure and harden at home. And we noticed yesterday while we were at the shop that this left a big puddle of gas on the ground. So if you had seen in our earlier episode when we replaced this line, that didn't fix the problem. This thing is still leaking gas, which is a massive fire hazard, and that's no bueno. So before we put the bumpers on in a few days, we gotta get this issue resolved. So we started to slowly drop the tank and figure out exactly what line is leaking, because this didn't fix it. Okay, so we took the wheel off, I took the inner fender liner off, and then we also found this thing, which is kind of crazy. That's a fuel expansion tank. I don't know why this car has that. That definitely doesn't seem safe, but I don't think it's leaking from these lines up at the top. I think it might be the culprit. I think this line goes to the very top of the tank and it goes underneath. So I think that might be the culprit. It looks pretty hard and crusty. It's definitely not supposed to be that firm. That's an old line.
Okay, here's the deal. So we're gonna just replace all the lines just to be careful. Whenever you deal with fuel lines, it's better to just replace it even if it doesn't need it, just to be safe, because if you have a gas leak, the car could catch on fire and then you lose your entire project. So we got 2 lines right here. We've already removed 1 of them. And we got a big jumbo girthy line right there that we gotta remove. And if you come over here, you can see we got some vent lines. Removing it causes it to leak gas, and it's got a full tank. Lenny's genius, stopped that leak from happening. We're able to remove the lines, so now that we go to the auto store and pick up some replacement lines. But yeah, just quick replacement on everything. Dropping this tank, you don't even need to drop the tank. It's lowered about like 2 inches right now, but yeah, we'll be able to replace everything. Pretty simple.
That's a new line right there. Okay, we're back at the shop. We got these nice painted bumpers out of our homemade paint shop. Let's put these on the car. I want to get this thing on the road and see how this thing looks. This body kit looks awesome. Okay guys, we finally did it. The body kit is fully put on. Our $600 BMW that was basically abandoned when we got it. After tons of time, this thing is looking pristine. We finally got it all put back together. New bumpers, new side skirts. It is now a complete car. Sure, is the mirror missing? There's tons of dents all over the car. There's clear coat peeling. The wheels look absolutely hideous. Yeah, totally. But we did the important thing first. We got the priorities out of the way. Body kit, check. Now I'm sick and tired of seeing this thing just sit here. Let's get this thing on the road and go have some fun.
It's up to you. All I can do out there. Memories won't go.
Okay, and as a little thank you, we're gonna be adding some Extreme Dimensions and Duraflex stickers to the shop toolbox. There we go. ED for Extreme Dimensions. A boom. And the final touches, the Duraflex one. That's gonna look nice. There we go.
The body kit's on, the car looks great, it drives great. It kind of reminds me of a mix of an E30 and an E36 combined because of its long length, the front end, and the little wing in the back. It kind of looks like a high schooler's pizza delivery car, which I kind of like about it. It's kind of cool. But in the next episode, we're gonna take this build to the next level, and you're not gonna wanna miss out on that. So make sure you smash the like button and subscribe and stay tuned.